So here she is. She's about to get painted. I have my stuff right here. I'm gonna be shooting some high build primer on this, and the reason why I didn't paint all, like skin it, take all the metal off, paint the metal, put it back on stuff, is because the butyl tape tends to shrink and then you get leaks. But I'll tell you what later on what I used, but I caulked in around that, and so you're gonna see, and it's paintable. That's the important thing. It's not just caulking, it's made for exterior of RVs. So I sealed it all up. So I put the butyl tape on and put that over it. And now I'm gonna paint it all. And when you see the finished product, you'll know if it was worth it or not. I used the U-Pole primer on this. It's a urethane base, and it came out really nice as a high build primer, which has a very beneficial effect, especially with these older campers. So as you can see, I have a garden hose and some 600 grit, which you can't tell what that is, but that's what I'm wet sanding with. And when you're wet sanding, you want to make sure that you get the all the bumps out to get it nice and smooth. And whenever it dries off, you'll be able to really look across there, get the sheen. And if there's still some bumps, you'll be able to see the shiny spots in between all the flats. So here is the finished product being primered. And here's the light aqua. This was a very forgiving paint whenever I was spraying it. The hardener is actually a slow hardener, so you actually have time. You don't have to thin it down. And after it dried for several hours, I was able to mask it off and nothing peeled whenever I pulled the tape. But I got it all masked off and got it ready for painting the white. And this paper that I'm using is made for automotive application, so that way you can wet sand with it and the paper will kind of get wrinkled. Some people might actually rip it all off and remask off, but my paper looked pretty good after, and I just made sure I went over it, even though I still missed a spot. We're not going to talk about that though. And here you go, getting ready to spray the white. This part was so exciting for me because it'd been 14 months in the making of lots of days working on this thing, and now actually painting it. It seemed unreal that I was actually to that point where it was almost finished. So here in just a little bit, you'll see me peeling all the paper, and it was a very surreal and super exciting moment for me. All right, let's start unmasking. There it is, ready? Here is the final product. Aqua and Arctic White on our 1969 Shasta Starflight. Now, as you can see, the metal is a little bent up because it is 52 years old. But aside from little dings and whatnot, I did a primer high build primer on this, wet sanded it, and then did 2 coats of the white and 2 coats of the aqua. And as you can see, it turned out very nice. To come around over here, did better than doing the rattle can special. And yeah, in my other video, you'll see what those are for, vents. But I just love the way this looks. And a bunch of paper. I'll put a picture right here of the product that I used, but I put it over the butyl tape and then I taped off and then painted it, kind of like you might do on the interior of a house, just kind of the, except not quite. But I had taped it off, caulked it in with that RV sealant. And what that does is it just keeps it from gapping out and then leaking, which is the downfall of these trailers. So far it's holding up. We've taken it out several times, but everything is just sealed up nice and went around all of the edges of everything just to give it that nice clean look. And so far it's holding up good. So we will see how she holds up long run, but I just want to give you that little update, just right along the front here, everywhere. Any protrusion went around there. That used to be the heater, but there's no longer that heater there, so that's blocked off. But something that I wanted to share with you guys.